What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Future Ruins, and welcome to my first video in a series that I'm going to be calling Hiking Metal. And basically I'm packed up for the night, and I'm going to be heading up that way, up there. I've got about another 5 miles to hike. I've already been on the trail for about a mile, and what I'm hoping is that we can get up there and find a cool place to camp for the night, get a fire going, and listen to some metal. I figured this would be a good opportunity to take you guys along with me, and we'll see how it goes. So we'll see you up there. Hope you enjoy. So the area that we find ourselves in today is known as Lost Creek Wilderness, and it's a fitting name. It is very easy to get lost out here, but it is a very awesome place. It's only a couple hours drive from Denver, and right now bugs are very, very bad. Mosquitoes. It's the beginning of August. I was kind of hoping that we would get around that, but that's not the case. I work 40 to 50 hours a week, Monday through Friday, on a freaking computer. And boy, that just gets old after a while. I really need this to just kind of, give myself a break and just clear my head. And if you're wondering, yes, I'm actually by myself tonight. That's something I always like to do, but this area that I'm going to, I've been to quite a few times, and it is fairly backpacker friendly, full of just beautiful aspen grows, as you can see around here, with ponderosa pine and spruce as well. And once we get up higher, you'll see that this place is just full of just gnarly ass rock formations, just really cool. this first section of the trail is pretty easy, kind of just banging through it. It's pretty level, but in about another mile or two I'm going to hit a spot where it starts to really gain elevation. It's pretty steep, so I've got my work cut out for me today, but I'm pretty confident that it's going to be worth it once I get up there. As you kind of see, I'm not listening to music right now because, you know, I'm hitting the wilderness boundary pretty soon, and I kind of like to know what's around me. I like to be alert. Just don't want to surprise any animals. So once we get up there, though, I'll definitely be blasting stuff. Hiking, backpacking, you know, wilderness travel, and metal. What do they have in common? Well, I would say definitely that there's a lot to talk about as far as that goes. You know, the great thing about metal music, I'm sure you guys would all agree, is that you know, there's just so much variation in the music. When you're on the trail, there's a lot of things that can work, but you know, ultimately it's black metal, obviously. And you know, what I find, you know, how these things have similarities is that, you know, hiking is a very solitary hobby, a very solitary thing. You know, even with when you're with, you know, a buddy, or if you're hiking in a group, most of the time you're kind of going through the trail and in a very quiet place, and you're kind of just there with your thoughts. And enables you to kind of, you know, come back to that sort of primal spirit, that feeling. And I think that the same thing is accomplished with a lot of black metal. And in a lot of ways, metal in general, even if you have some friends that, you know, you share that love and passion with for the music, it's very much a solitary thing. Most people don't know anything about it, have no idea, and are ignorant to just how amazing and important this stuff is to us metalheads. You know, think of when you're listening to Over, Bergtat, or an Agalloch record, or even just like some Burzum or Old Dark Throne. I mean, essentially you're trying to get back in touch with that primal spirit, with that. And I think, you know, that's what this stuff has in common, and why I find that it really just makes both so much more enjoyable when you're doing them together. When I listen to black metal, the music itself is for me the escape. You know, the escape from all the everyday bullshit in life. You know, that's what this is too. Hiking, getting out in the wilderness is, I think, important for humans. Get back to that sort of primal spirit, and, you know, just get out of that whole rat race world. I mean, that we're subjected to every day, with technology and advertisements and people everywhere and shopping malls, and I think that stuff can really weigh on your mental health. And things like this and black metal really kind of take me away from that. Alright, you guys, I have knocked out most of the elevation gain for this hike, and I'm getting pretty close to my destination for the evening. I just have one more hill to climb over, and then we'll be there. The sun's come out. It did not get rained on like I thought I would, because it was looking pretty cloudy when I started this thing. And you kind of see terrain, unfortunately. So we got about another mile to go, and we'll be there. See you there. Alright guys, I'll take you for a quick tour of my campsite. I finally made it. Took me a little while to get set up, and still have work to do. I need to go get some firewood, and I got the tent set up, as you see, and there's pretty much nobody out here, which is kind of interesting because I've been out here a couple times, and usually this place is pretty full of campers, but pretty odd because it's a Saturday night. And here's my fire pit. Kind of just check this out a little bit. So I'm just going to give you a quick little look, and then I'm going to go see if I can get some firewood collected and some food made, and then we can sit at the campfire together and listen to some metal. So pretty cool place, huh? Pretty much lost my son at this point. I think it's getting close to 7 o'clock, so I really don't have a whole lot of time. But days are gone. Right now we are listening to Blut Aus Nord, Dialogue with the Stars. This is the Reprise Part 2. It's one of my favorite records to listen to when I'm outside in the wilderness. I talked about, the first video I did, I talked about that Cosmic Church record, and I was talking about how it does everything that I want an atmospheric black metal album to do, and this is probably my favorite atmospheric black metal album. This album just transports you to the stars. It's just so amazing. Very quiet out here. No wind. Just nothing except for music and fire. So I kind of made a mistake. I had to go grab my water. There's a stream a little ways down there, but kind of a marshy area, and I ended up getting my feet all wet. My socks are kind of like drenched right now, so luckily I've got another pair of socks, and I'll be okay. It's not too cold tonight. You know, I got my layers on right now, and the whiskey is definitely helping. The end of the line for me tonight. I am just absolutely exhausted, and wish I had the energy to like kind of discuss a few more records and maybe play some more on the iPod. If I didn't mention it before, I just got my iPod and a little Bluetooth speaker that has a little analog input, and works great. Still, I mean, I've had that iPod for years and still works with no problem. Battery lasts. So I'm pretty tired, guys. I think I'm gonna just turn in for the night. This album kicks ass.
Ministers fled the island and returned. But my grandfather had started out of expediency. My father continued out of love. He brought me up the same way, to reverence the music and the drama and the rituals of the old God, to love nature and to fear it, and to rely on it and to appease it where necessary. Brought me up.
He brought you up to be a pagan.
A heathen, conceivably, but not, I hope, an unenlightened one.
Morning. It is about 8:30 a.m. I have survived the night. It was no problem for the most part. I got a lot more sleep than I thought I would. And I definitely had very bizarre dreams like I thought I would. But very quiet night. No problems whatsoever. I'm glad it's the morning. We are listening to King Diamond, Fatal Portrait. It's kind of a tradition that me and a buddy have when we wake up in the morning at camp. We blast King Diamond. Don't ask me why, it just works. My hope for this channel, or I should say my target audience for this channel, is definitely metal, talking metal and metalheads, metal YouTubers. You know, if I wanted to make a channel about hiking, then I would have done that. But hopefully this video will kind of showcase how I like to use the two together. And yeah, if you guys like it, I'll maybe start doing some more of these. Anyway, I am just going to hang out here at my campsite, finish my coffee, enjoy the sights, listen to some music, and take my time before I start getting packed up to get out of here. It's a Sunday, so I've got all day. Of course, I've got a 6 to 7 mile hike to get back to my car. Maybe I'll shoot a little bit more video along the way. We'll see. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Cheers. We'll talk to you next time.